Welcome back to another episode here on Drive with Jesh. Today we're here at Harris Hill Raceway and we're with Lan Musgrave, the owner of Paragon Details. We're gonna hop in his GT4 RS, hit some laps on the track, and then we're gonna learn more about his entrepreneurial journey and his background. Thanks for joining us out here today.
Thanks for having me. This is awesome.
What can you tell us about your GT4 RS here?
So this is a 2023 GT4 RS. It does have the Weissach package, so that gives you all the carbon, the intake, the hood, the rear wing. It has the carbon ceramic brakes with the blue anodized wheels, which is kind of a fun color scheme on this one. Probably, the most unique thing here, especially in the Porsche world, is the air intake is right here. So this is right behind your head. And you get to, hear the exhaust notes, but then you're also hearing all of the air intake noise, all the throttle bodies. So you really get connected to that flat six.
Beautiful. What was the color again? I like the color scheme. Then I also want to show the inside because your seats are super unique.
So it's Arctic Gray, that's what the color's called. The carbon comes gloss from the factory. Of course, we put the clear matte PPF on that. Okay. Just trying to differentiate it a little bit.
Anything else spec'd inside?
Cool thing I did on the inside that I really enjoy, I've always liked the plaid seat inserts on the Porsches. Originally it was just the dark blue. Yes. So we actually found some of the P1 Designs memory phone upgrades.
Beautiful.
And then that's a custom pattern. So I tied the black, the blue, and then the yellow in to kind of match the color scheme of the car. So
I like that.
I really, really enjoy.
Even the yellow stitching in the seats matches the badges, the stickers on the outside. I like it.
For sure, yeah. It livened up the interior quite a bit in there.
Well, check out that engine and let's hear some revs.
Sure.
Oh yeah, that's right by your ear.
Yeah.
And then you can see where, the air intakes go. That's sick.
So that whole thing is one big fancy air intake.
Yeah. Just beautiful. Successful day at Harris Hill.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That was awesome, man. Yeah. Today you own Paragon Details. You're definitely one of the go-to shops in Austin. Tell me a bit about what life was like for you, growing up.
I grew up in San Antonio until I was 13. Then we moved to Dallas. I went to college at University of Colorado. In our junior year of college, some buddies and I started a company. I studied molecular biology, and then ecology and evolutionary biology. So I was managing the fish store in college, get some extra beer money, and then network through that. And then we had this idea to start growing this sort of live fish food. It's called zooplankton and phytoplankton. So people who keep expensive saltwater fish and coral, it's a great way to feed them. So we started growing it in the basement of our college rental house. And then we moved into a detached garage, which was a big upgrade for us. And then eventually ended up in about 20,000 square feet of space in Denver, which was cool. So that went pretty well. Kind of got the entrepreneurship bug from that. It was a fun experience.
Very different from what you're doing today, but I'm sure you learned some things. Like any key lessons you learned from that business?
Yeah, it's a critical thing for me has always been customer service. So it's always customer first. If you take care of the customer, they'll take care of you. And everything sort of works out. So putting customer experience, customer satisfaction above, the profit or whatever it may be on that job specifically. You're going to make mistakes. Things are not going to go right, and just make it right. And then, that tends to pay off down the road. So that's something I definitely took to heart. Coming out of school, I never did the 9 to 5 thing. So the hours that it requires to be an entrepreneur, are quite a lot when you start talking to other people, or talking about an actual work schedule, if you could call it that.
Yeah.
So that never really bothered me. But you definitely need to be prepared to, people think, oh, you work for yourself, you can do whatever you want whenever you want. No, you're going to be working all the time, all day, every day, especially in the startup phase.
Any other advice for people that are looking to, become an entrepreneur?
Yeah, make sure you love what you're doing, because you're going to be doing it all day, every day. So you really have to have that passion that's going to kind of drive and then override, all the setbacks, the frustration,
right?
The getting it off the ground, right, until you start to see a profit. To get through that sort of initial period, you've really got to have that passion driving you, and it can't just be about the money. So if you chase the money, I learned that after I sold the first business, went into another industry for a while. And, it's kind of looked like, a good way to go make some quick, easy money.
Right.
And that just didn't quite work out. The passion wasn't there. That business never really took off. COVID hit, and then, I was like, hey, let me get back to something I'm passionate about. I've always loved cars. And so this has been a lot of fun to sort of get back to a passionate venture here.
I like that.
Next time on Drive with Jesh.
The biggest loss or failure you had in life, and what did you learn from it?